Well, there's a few NBA basketball games on tonight, which means there's a few NBA player props that we get to talk about in today's video. My name's CJ Curry. Thank you so much for joining me again. Or if this is your first time, welcome. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button for me as well. Let's try to get 100 or more likes on today's video. Like it up, people. I appreciate it. And make sure you ring that bell. Turn on all notifications so that anytime I drop a new video here on the channel, you are alerted immediately and not left out in the cold, so you don't miss out on any of this PrizePicks value I'm dropping each and every day. Now, yesterday's video did not do so well. The NBA in general has just been one tough cookie lately. You guys let me know down in the comment section below. Has the NBA been great for you in the month of March? Has it been really bad for you in the month of March? I like getting your feedback. I like hearing what other people's experiences are. For me personally, we've had so many close calls. I play nothing but 6-pick flex slips, typically speaking, and I've had so many 4 out of 6s, 5 out of 6s, you know, just being 1 to 2 picks off of that monster 25x payout that we're looking for. Those drastically shift your profitability over a week, a month, etc. So hopefully that little cold streak ends soon and I find my next 6 out of 6 before you know it. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. NBA been good or bad to you lately? I'd like to hear what your experiences are. Anyway, picking somebody from yesterday's comment section to win a free month of Dub Club. Yesterday's winner from the comment section is Cash Bound Scary. Hopefully I said that right. Cash Bound Scary. Anyway, he was liking the Philadelphia 76ers wing Justin Edwards to go over 1.5 3-point makes. Justin Edwards sunk 3 triples in yesterday's game. So this is a winning pick. So what you got to do now is you got to slide into our Discord. If you're not already in our Discord, there's a link down in the description of today's video. It's a free Discord. Once you slide into the Discord, shoot me a DM. Once you DM me, we'll get you set up with that free month of Dub Club where you can receive access to our VIP community. All the picks, plays, and parlays that myself and others are playing each and every day are shared within that community. It's a chill vibe. It is not a toxic environment like other Discords, and I pride myself on that. So congratulations to you. Now, if you want to win a free month of Dub Club, our VIP community, all you got to do is be a subscriber, hit the like button, and comment your favorite player prop of today down in the comment section below. If I randomly select your comment and that pick is a winning pick, then you will get a free month of Dub Club as well. So congratulations to Cash Bound Scary. All right. Talking some NBA player props, we've got Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is projecting really well across various categories today. His points plus rebounds look pretty good. His points plus assists look pretty good. Pretty much anything that kind of includes his points. So we're over here on PrizePicks taking a look at Lopez. Lopez going up against the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Lopez has been a little bit of hit or miss lately, but I will say that on the road, playing away games, seems to benefit Brook Lopez for whatever reason. His numbers tend to go up when he plays on the road. And so very high hit rates in a lot of these props when it comes to the road games for Brook Lopez. But we're going to take a look at some projections and sportsbook data for Brook Lopez. Just like we do in every video, we're looking for value. Value is the name of the game. If there's a player prop that's a point too low or a point too high on PrizePicks, we're gonna find it. That usually means that PrizePicks is inefficient in their lines making, and that those are betting advantages in situations we should be jumping on. So let's look at Brook Lopez over on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you haven't used this tool before, quite simply a game-changing tool. Why is that? Well, because it's going to go out and it's going to scan all the sports books, all the DFS pick'em apps. It's going to give you the odds of a player prop to hit for the over or hit for the under. It's going to strip out the juice or the vig. In other words, the tax, quote unquote, that these sports books charge us to place a bet on their app. So gives you the fair odds or true odds in this case for Brook Lopez to clear the various different player props that you see listed here. So they have him going over 12.5 points plus assists at about a 53.8% chance to hit. Now, the only thing that makes me a little hesitant about this one is kind of the lack of data here. So you've got BetMGM has this prop posted on their sportsbook. Fliff has it on their sportsbook, and Hot Streak has it via their app as well. So there's only 3 books here, 3 sites that are really kind of hosting or supporting this particular player prop. One that has a little bit more sportsbook data behind it is the points plus rebounds over 16.5. This one has close to a 53% chance of hitting. So you see FanDuel's got it at 16.5, minus 132 betting favorite over 16.5, but DraftKings has it at 17.5. All the other sports books have it at 16.5. So where it's at 16.5 is being bet over by the betting public. Where it's at 17.5, like on DraftKings, slight betting favorite, minus 105 betting favorite to go over at 17.5 points plus rebounds. You also got the points. Like I said, anything points related with Lopez seems to be trending up. So you could go PA over, you could go PR over, or you could go just the P, the points over as well. So all of those being juiced up on those particular lines. So let's look at some projections as we typically do in these videos. We use RotoWire, we use Fantasy Labs, we use Shot Quality, we use FanDuel Research, formerly known as Numberfire, and take a look at the different NBA player projection models. And of course, as you could probably tell from yesterday's video, these projection models aren't always 100% accurate, but really nobody is 100% accurate, whether you're using projection models, your gut, or some other type of information like hit rates. There's no perfect process. Otherwise, we'd be robbing these sports books, robbing these DFS pick'em apps day in and day out and putting them out of business. But what I will say is that you should probably go with a data-driven research and process like this particular process. So anyway, looking at the projections here for Brook Lopez, you can see RotoWire's projection tools for PrizePicks are all leaning over on Lopez. Points and rebounds looking like the top option. You could also go with just the rebounds if you wanted to. Points, rebounds, and assists is sticking out. Points plus assists is another one. And then here down at the bottom, just the points on their own. You can see that the RotoWire projection bar is leaning over on the 11.5. But let's look at the points plus rebounds since it is the top posted play for the over on Brook Lopez. Projected for 19.66 points plus rebounds according to RotoWire's proprietary projections. That's a differential of more than 3 PR for Brolo. Over the last 10 games or so, it's been a little bit spotty for Lopez, as I mentioned before. Only hitting this in 5 out of 10, so kind of a coin flip over the last 10 games. But for the most part, over the 2024 season, a little bit better than a coin flip. 54% hit rate, 17.6 points plus rebounds per game average in that span of 68 games that he's played in the regular season. Now, going against the Los Angeles Lakers, he has faced them, one time this season? March 13th. Is that from this season? Yeah. March 13th, he had 27 points plus rebounds against the Los Angeles Lakers in that game. Now, we don't need him to have 27. It's okay if there's a little bit of regression here and he comes down, even if he had 10 fewer points plus rebounds, he would still clear his line by 1 tonight with 17 PR. So that's all we need is 17 points plus rebounds out of Lopez. Now, I mentioned to you guys that on the road, Lopez has done a really good job here over the last handful of games on the road, clearing his points plus rebounds line. And you can kind of see that here based on these charts that we're looking at inside of the RotoWire app. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games that he's played on the road, he has gone over 16.5 points plus rebounds. So got a little streak going. On the road does Brook Lopez. So the points plus rebounds not looking too shabby here. But if you want to take the PRA, the points plus assists, those are also positive expected value options for Brook Lopez. Let's check his projections out on some of these other sites. We're going to go take a look at where he's at on Fantasy Labs. Fantasy Labs, he's at 17.5, a whole point plus rebound higher than where his line currently sits at 16.5. So another good projection there for Brolo. Taking a look at Shot Quality, they've got his projected points plus rebounds at 17.5 as well. So they kind of agree with Fantasy Labs that the over on 16.5 seems to be the best way to go. And then, of course, we're going to go over here to Numberfire, formerly known as Numberfire. He's at 12.1 points there, plus another 5.7 rebounds. So that's like 17.8 projected points plus rebounds, which is more than 16.5. Hopefully he gets 17 or more for us tonight. But yeah, A lot of different ways you could go here on Lopez. A lot of these projection models and sportsbook data are liking Lopez for more. What do you guys think? Lopez is going to do it? Yay or nay? Now, another guy that's looking like an under for a lot of different player projection categories is Moses Moody. I've seen him under for 11.5 points. I've seen him under for 3.5 rebounds. There's a couple different ways that you could go with Moses Moody. Steph Curry is expected to play tonight. He did take the previous night off. Steve Kerr gave him a day of rest. On top of that, Jonathan Kuminga is back in the mix. Brandon Podziemski is back in the mix. And so Golden State's pretty healthy. The only guy that's potentially going to sit out tonight is maybe Gary Payton II, which I don't think that would impact Moses Moody a whole lot, being that Moody's more of a wing forward, where Gary Payton's more of a guard, point guard, shooting guard. So anyway, I don't think that Gary Payton's absence or presence would impact Moody all that much. But nonetheless, the under is looking like a good way to go here on Moses Moody. A couple different ways that you can run it. Let's go take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and see what the betting public is doing with Moses Moody today. If you see the rebounds at 3.5 boards, he's got about a 53.2% chance based on the odds pulled from these sports books of staying under 4 rebounds tonight. So 3 or fewer boards. And he cashes us out if we lean toward the under here. Minus 138 betting favorite to go under on FanDuel. You can see minus 140 over on BetMGM. So some pretty chunky juice coming in for the under here on Moses Moody. Now, interestingly enough, when you combine the points plus rebounds, he is a slight betting favorite to go over at 14.5 points plus rebounds. But when you isolate the points on their own, kind of like the rebounds, he's a betting favorite to go under. Kind of crazy, I guess. But under on the rebounds or under just on the points, you can go either one of those routes. And the under at 11.5 points, minus 135 betting favorite over on Pinnacle, which is, again, the sharpest book out there. They are kind of the gold standard when it comes to sports books and setting their odds. So you like to see that. Minus 135 betting favorite for Moody to go under 11.5 points. But rebounds, points, whichever way you want to go, both of them are kind of projecting under. Let's go run the projections for Moses Moody. As you gather more information from these videos and various sources, to make your decisions, obviously, that's what you're here for. So Moses Moody's leaning less options. You got the top 2 lean less options for Moses Moody on RotoWire are going to be the points at 11.5 and the rebounds at 3.5, as we've mentioned earlier. Now, he's projected for about 11.16 points. Again, with these projections, you want to always shave off at least 10%, 10 to 15 to 20% off of the projection. And if we do that, that keeps him at 11 or fewer points. In terms of what he's done this season, been kind of hit or miss in terms of covering the points over the last 10 games or so. He's only gone over his points prop in 4 out of the last 10. So that means he stayed under in 60% of the games. So for those of you who are leaning toward the under not looking too shabby here for Moses Moody. In terms of home games, he does kind of put some more buckets up at home, but you got to go back and look and see who was in for these games, who was out for these games for the Golden State Warriors. Don't solely rely on hit rates for anything. They can be very deceiving, very misleading. But over the last 2 home games against Denver and Milwaukee, he has gone under with 9 and 7 points in those games. Now, we did mention the rebounds as another possible way to go here on Moses Moody. If you wanted to take the under on 3.5 boards, well, that's another prop that's been kind of spotty. He's only gone over this number in 26% of the games for the season. So if you kind of flip that around, he has stayed under 3.5 rebounds at a 74% clip. Very good number. Now, he's picked up his rebounding output over the last few games. Over the last 10 or so, he's averaging right around 3.9 rebounds per game. But again, tonight, the Warriors are pretty much 100% healthy, and so that might cut into Moses Moody's upside, being that he could be playing fewer minutes tonight against the Toronto Raptors. So just some things to kind of consider as you go about your player prop research process. Let's run some other projections here on Moses Moody while we're talking about him. We'll go back over here to Fantasy Labs and take a look at his points. Points projections at 9.5. Again, the line is 11.5, so a 2-point difference. It's pretty big when you consider the edges or advantages in our favor. Now, the 3.6 projected rebounds, again, you're going to want to shave about 10% off of that, which puts him closer to 3 rebounds or less tonight in this matchup against the Raptors. So a couple of good projections there for Moses Moody. If we go back over to Shot Quality and check out the projections for Moses there. Projected for about 17 minutes tonight, 7.1 points, well under the 11.5. And then the rebounds are sitting at 2. They got him going for 2 rebounds tonight on a line of 3.5. So about half the rebounds than that he is expected to get right around 3.5 boards, which could land on 3 or 4 based on the way that the line's set. So good unders there for Moses Moody over on Shot Quality. Let's go check out one more projection model. This one, again, is brought to you by FanDuel Research, formerly known as Number Fire. Moses Moody sitting out here at about 11.1 points. So remember, shave the 10% off of that. That puts him at 11 or fewer points. And then the rebounds are at 3.2, which puts him at 3 or fewer boards once you take off an additional 10%. So Moses Moody unders. What do you guys think about that? Could be a good way to go here against the Toronto Raptors. The last guy that we're going to talk about, let's see, is Coby White. Coby White, let's see if his prop is still up there. The over at 7.5 rebounds and assists was the one that kind of caught my eye for Coby White. Over the last handful of games or so, he's had multiple games where he's recorded 11 or more rebounds and assists in those games. The other one that you could pivot to, maybe a little safer, but could potentially tie or push, would be the over on the 4 assists. So you can go over on 7.5 rebounds plus assists, or you could go over at 4 assists. Either way, both of them have been hitting at a pretty high clip. We're going to take a look at Coby White here on these different sports books at 7.5 rebounds and assists. One book's got him up, which is BetMGM, at 8.5 rebounds and assists. All the other sites and books have him at about 7.5. The best juiced up line that I can find for him is on Caesars, where he's a minus 137 betting favorite. So the folks over at Caesars, the betting public who's placing their bets over at Caesars, like Coby White to record 8 or more rebounds and assists. He's going against the Sacramento Kings tonight. They will not have Domantas Sabonis, but Jonas Valanciunas is expected to start in his place. He's going to be going up against a couple of former teammates in Zach LaVine. Hopefully he plays, and DeMar DeRozan. And so maybe there's some things for Coby White to prove tonight. We'll just have to see how this all plays out. But taking a look at some of the projections, now that we know Coby White is a plus EV play, positive expected value play. Coby White typically does not do a great job of scoring on the road, which is why we could leave his points alone today and just go with the rebounds and assists. But as far as lean more options over on RotoWire, you can see the top lean more option is going to be the rebounds and assists. He's projected for exactly 8 RA over on RotoWire. So you take the 10% off of that, and that puts him right around, I don't know, 7.5, 7.5. So he's in striking distance, within striking distance for sure. Over the last few games or so, last 10 games, you can see that he's gone over 7.5 rebounds and assists in about 60% of those games. Now, Giddey was out for some of those games. Lonzo Ball also out for some of those games. Lonzo is expected to stay out, but Josh Giddey was back last night and probably will play again tonight if I were to guess. But yeah, Coby White's done a pretty good job here of being close to 7 or more rebounds and assists in a lot of these games. 7, 8, 11, 11, 11, 11, 7, and 11. So he's going to be right there in the hunt, in the mix most nights at 7 or more rebounds and assists. Now against Sacramento, he's played the Kings twice. The last couple head-to-heads against the Sacramento Kings, he's had 10 and 12 rebounds and assists. So been doing a pretty good job there going head-to-head against Sacramento. In terms of away games, 8.8 rebounds plus assists per game for Coby White on the road this season. The last 10 games for Coby White on the road, he's gone over in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly 6 out of the last 10 or 11 games. So not terrible. Little bit higher than 50%, we'll call it. 55% hit rate, we'll say, over the last 10 games, somewhere around there. But yeah, you can kind of get an idea of Coby White there. Now, as far as the assists go, like I said, this could be another play for you if you're looking for something maybe a little bit safer. He's hit 4 or more assists now in 5 straight games. Against the Sacramento Kings, he's had 4 or more assists in both of their head-to-head matchups. The last 2 times that these teams have played one another, he's had at least 4 assists in those games. But those were from last season, so kind of ancient history at this point. But just wanted to go ahead and mention that information as well for those of you who are looking for a little bit more. Now, in terms of the projections on some of these other sites, we're going to go over here and check out Coby White on Fantasy Labs. Coby's sitting at 8.4 projected rebounds and assists, almost a whole rebound and assist higher than where he's at over on PrizePicks. As far as the assists on their own, 4.7 projected assists, really juiced up for the over at 3.5 assists. So there's a pretty good chance that he's going to land on 4. The question is, will he have enough juice, enough momentum to get you 5? Because you're hoping for 5 when you take the over at 4 assists. You don't want to tie. You don't want to push. We don't play for ties or pushes. Taking a look at shot quality on Coby White. Coby White is projecting for 3.21 rebounds and another 5.08 for the assists, which brings his rebounds and assists total today to 8.3, let's call it 8.29 if you want to split hairs, but nonetheless more than 7.5 on the rebound and assist projection. And if you just wanted to go with the assists on their own, again, 5 assists is his projected assists. So maybe the assists on their own is a little bit safer. Going back over here to FanDuel Research and checking out Coby White's projections there, and we'll get you on your way. 4.4 is the projected rebounds. 5.3 is the projected assists. So you combine those numbers, you're looking at about 9.7 rebounds plus assists, or again, the assists on their own, sitting at 5.3. He's at 4 assists over on PrizePicks. So a couple different ways you could go here on Coby White. But we've reached the end of the video. Now's the time where I turn things over to you. What is your favorite player prop of the day? I'm curious to know, and so is everyone else who's going to be watching this video. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Leave your favorite player prop of the day. If that pick ends up being a winning pick, and I select you randomly from the comment section below, you can win an entire month of Dub Club for free. That's a $20 value. That's $20 that you don't have to spend, and you get access to more picks, plays, and parlays, a positive, uplifting community of like-minded individuals inside of our VIP Discord, and so much more awaits you. So leave your comment down there. Hopefully you're one of the lucky winners that gets chosen. Until next time, good luck on all your picks, plays, and parlays, and I'll see you guys on the inside.